are waiting for why Toastmasters. Since most of the guests here are not Toastmasters member, they must be curious to know. There are many things which are not present on Toastmasters website. So they must be curious to know that why to join Toastmasters, what's there. There are a lot of public speaking platforms and leadership platforms where they can join some small course with fees much higher than the membership fees of Toastmasters and learn more. Then why Toastmasters? We'll hear from our keynote speaker, DTM Naina, about this. Welcome, DTM Naina. So here are a few things to all who don't know DTM Naina. She is Toastmasters for last 7 years. She is member of 2 clubs as Toastmasters. If you look at toastmasters.org, you will come to know more that Toastmasters operate on clubs. So she is member of 2 clubs, Dhwani Toastmasters and We Are Advanced Toastmasters clubs. She is also counselor of Dhwani Gavel Club. She has been awarded DTM as 2 times. DTM is Distinguished Toastmaster Award. That's one of the prestigious awards given to any Toastmasters. She's also awarded 5 times as Triple Crown winner, one of the other award given to Toastmasters. She was Pathways Ambassador in the year 2018 and 2019 and has conducted more than 20 youth leadership programs, as you can see on screen. She was also Young Leadership Program Coordinator from July 20 till July 22. By profession, she is a teacher, and as the learning never stops, she is a continuous learner. Let's hear from DTM Naina, why to join Toastmasters? What's there inside? DTM Naina, welcome. Stage is all yours. Over to you, ma'am.
One second. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shilpi. Can I have the screen share, right?
You should be able to. Yeah, we can see the screen has started sharing. We can see the screen.
Okay, that's fine. Just 1 second. That's fine. Okay. Okay. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Now, when you joined the Oracle, did you ask yourself why I'm joining here? I would like an interactive session. You please unmute and say, why did you join Oracle? Can anyone tell?
Yeah, I did not join actually. I'm from Sun Microsystems. So after acquisition, Oracle taken over from previous company.
Okay. Okay. Any company, it's not just Oracle. Anywhere you take up a job, why do you take up? Why do you take it up? Ashwini, you unmuted yourself. Can you tell me?
Yeah, actually, I have been working for Oracle products for 4 years and more. So that's I have a dream that I want to work on the particular company on which I am working on. So that's the reason that I try to get into Oracle, and there I got a chance and I accepted it.
Okay, so you thought you will gain something in Oracle, right?
Actually, there is the thing is that I worked in a vendor company for Oracle product. So I just get to know more about the culture. If I work in Oracle, what will be the new culture for this Oracle and the thing. that's the reason that I try to get into this company. Yeah.
Okay, sure. So now most of us, before joining Toastmasters, we have few questions. What is Toastmasters? Why to join Toastmasters? Now, what is Toastmasters? The president explained already, and how the clubs works and all that. Now, why to join Toastmasters? I'm a teacher. I teach for high school students and those who have younger brothers or any relatives or neighbor kids, high school kids attending MUN program, that is Model United Nations program in their schools. It is based exactly how the UN organization, and it's a 3 days program. So my school also conducted one, in which about 16 student schools participated. It's a grand affair. So as a faculty, I was involved in training those children, guiding them and all that. On the third day, the investor ceremony, the schools, some few students, and the teachers were felicitated. It's a huge auditorium, a huge stage. I went in shock when I was called on the stage. My legs refused to move. I don't know who, somebody pushed me. I was on the stage. The management head was holding a memento and he was speaking something. I couldn't hear anything. My legs were shivering. My hands were shivering. My throat was getting dry. I just wanted to shout at him, please give it and let me get back to my chair. But literally, I snatched the memento and rushed back to my chair. That night, I was recollecting the incident. I felt ashamed. A teacher who couldn't say thank you to the person who felicitated me. What went wrong? I take seminars, workshops for 200 teachers. I teach high school students who are double my height. What went wrong? It was then I realized that stage frightened me. It was then I decided I have to get rid of this stage fear. And I just walked in to Toastmasters. So when you join Toastmasters, the first thing you will get is confidence. Confidence to come on the stage. Because from the first speech, your icebreaker speech, you're on the stage. You're facing minimum at least 15 to 20, sometimes 30 members, all their eyes pinned on you, and you're listening to them. And this is a platform where you're not made feel scared or should feel ashamed of. If you see in Toastmasters, before you enter the stage, they are clapping. Once you finish, you're clapping. So all the time you feel the appreciation, and slowly this fear goes down. There came a day I started missing a meeting when I'm not on the stage. I became so addicted, and this confidence is given by Toastmasters. The second thing is, as many of you said, you want to develop communication skills and leadership skills. Most of you can communicate. It's not so difficult. We all the whole time we are communicating with each other. We are speaking to each other, telling something, and as officers or management head with your team. But are we communicating correctly? Are we able to put our ideas clearly? Are we faltering to tell what is in our mind? So this is one question many of us face. So many times I heard members joining Toastmasters, and initially they used to say, I'm not able to express myself. So here you're going to learn how to communicate, to express, to make the people to understand what you're telling, agree or disagree, that's up to them. But at least you can make clear what you want to tell. The next is dynamic leadership skill. Now, when I joined, because I'm a teacher, I'm more a speaker than a leader. I never thought I have any leadership skills at all. Now, can anybody unmute and say, what do you think is a leader? Can anyone give just one word? What do you think is leader or leadership? Yes, Sashwini.
Everybody's progress in a team.
So everybody has progressing in a team. So that is what a leader helps in, right? That's what you meant. Okay. Okay, that is one of the points. The main point is taking responsibility. Now, how many of us, Shelley, have went, come forward and say, I'll take the responsibility? Most of us back out or hide behind someone or push someone to you can do it. But we are scared to take responsibility. So a leader's first duty is to take responsibility. So your growth starts in Toastmasters, taking up the leadership roles, whether in ExCom team, like the president, vice presidents, or sergeant at arms, treasurer, or the roles in the meeting. So many times the VP keeps asking, can you take up this role? Many of us shy away. Why we shy? We think, what if we make a mistake, right? So the first thing is in dynamic leadership skill is to take the responsibility. And in Toastmasters, when you take the leadership role, you learn how to manage your team, how to be an empathetic leader. How can you guide your team? How can you make others leaders? You're molding new leaders. So now all these things, if you want to learn leadership skills, Toastmasters is the best platform. So first you get the confidence. You learn how to communicate, how to lead a team or be a leader yourself. The next thing in Toastmasters is time management. Now, so many of us have this last minute running. My daughter, she is the worst time management person. 2 minutes left and she has to leave the house. Where is she? She's changing her dress. She carries her sandwich in hand. I'll eat in the car. She forgets to take her lunch box. After some time, she calls me and asks, do you see my something? Did I leave it in the room? I have to tell her, you don't know how to manage your time. You know you have to leave at 8:30. Why don't you keep things ready a day before? The morning is for you only to get yourself ready. Everything should be ready. Now, this is one thing in Toastmasters we are very strict about. If you saw, the Sergeant at Arms opened the meeting sharp at 3:30 because we have to finish it exactly at 5 o'clock. Everybody, every speaker is given time limit. So when you know only 20 minutes I have or 7 minutes a speaker has, you will start cutting all the edges, unwanted edges. Remove what you don't, not needed, waste of time. You will know what to say. Think in your work profession. When you have to meet the CEO, you are not faltering, you are not adding unnecessary things. You know how to come to the point because time. You use your time as well as your boss or your team members' time. This skill you will learn in Toastmasters. Before joining Toastmasters, my listening skill was, you can call almost nil. After a few minutes, my mind takes wings and it is flying all over the world. So many times my husband say, are you listening to me? Yeah, tell me, continue. This was my reaction, and I was not a good listener. But after joining Toastmasters, I'm taking roles, the tag roles, timer, accounter, grammarian, evaluators. They have to listen every word the speakers speak. So slowly, I started building my listening skill. Just think how useful it is. Your boss is speaking, giving a presentation. You are listening to every word because that is where your growth starts. You won't miss a single word. Later, when you want to approach your boss, sir, you said that day this, I'm ready with that. So your listening skill is sharpened in Toastmasters. So first is confidence. Second, we learn communication skill, leadership skill, learn to manage our time, and improve our listening skill. Just imagine you're working, suddenly your boss walks in, pats your shoulder and said, you're doing incredible work. We are proud of you. Your work has brought so much profit to our company. How do you feel? And then he sometimes tell you, Ashwin, your work is amazing. Can you do a little bit of change? Just try it and see whether it works. He's correcting you in a very apt, positive way. Will you take that advice? Rather, one boss comes and says, hey, what you did is wrong. I don't like it at all. Do it again. You start hating your boss as well as your work. Now, in Toastmasters, you will learn how to give positive feedback, positive correction, positive motivation to your team members or anyone along with working with you. So this is another thing which you will gain in Toastmasters. The next thing is, I heard someone said networking with like minds. There are more than 1 lakh members. I don't know, I'm sorry, I forgot how many clubs. Shilpi can help me.
280,000 members.
Members and clubs.
More than 144 something.
And 145 countries.
That's right.
Imagine the network you can have. Once you're a Toastmaster, whichever country you walk in. You can just walk in any club, introduce yourself. I am Toastmaster Naina. I want to attend your meeting. This network helps you in your personal growth, in your speaking skill, leadership skill, and also your professional growth. I hope all of you are with me. I hope I'm not boring anyone. But still you ask, what's in Toastmasters for me? All said and done, good, I have everything. I can communicate, I have leadership skill, I have this, that. What's in Toastmasters for me? Now, to start with, I didn't know I have the talent or skill to become a leader. I'm the area B3 director now. I was Pathways ambassador. I was club president 10 times. I didn't know that. Toastmasters brought out in me. It made me aware my potential. So many times we are not aware what we can do. So always we think, no, maybe I'm not good enough. Hey, you join, you're good enough. We are pushing others. We forget to push ourselves. So in Toastmasters, you become aware of yourself, your talents, your skills. It is a platform to achieve success in life and career. If you want success in your workplace, you're a changed person. You can negotiate, give amazing presentation, speak your opinions, take leadership roles, able to manage the team, motivate your team, inspire them, take your team to success. Toastmasters trains you in that in your workplace. Now, at home, friend, in family. Now, so many times we come across, oh, my father doesn't understand what I'm saying. Or the father says, your son never listens. He couldn't understand what I'm talking to him. you know how to speak to different audience, how to tell to each person's different character. If I'm going to speak to a child like a teacher, that's okay in school. If I speak the same at home, it won't work. I can talk strictly to a child who is a bit tough. Your speaking voice, your speaking way, and what you want to say softens with the shy child. In your friends group, you will know how to tackle emotional friends. You can prove yourself. You can take up, organize events, conduct events. So all these things you can do in your home front. Now take about society. Toastmasters, we all are social animals. We belong to society. So when, like the recently in COVID time, all of us went through a horrible time. So we have to decide what to do. The hospitals were overflowing with patients. There were no beds. So in our apartments campus, we decided to turn the clubhouse into quarantine place. All of us worked together, teamwork. There was one person who took upon himself to organize things, leadership skills. There were people coming, how to work upon it, get the beds, get this, that, visiting doctors, nurses. Now everything is over. Then came, what about the food for them? The women, there was some Mahila Mandram in our apartments. They decided they will cook hygienic, sterilized food and provide for them. Now, these things comes very easily and you won't hesitate and think, will I be able to do, how to do? Will somebody accept my opinions or not? All this will go out of your mind. You become the pillar of strength. You won't be afraid to tell your opinion. You won't be afraid to lead an organization. So you see, Toastmaster is the platform to achieve success in your life, in your career, and to yourself. You're winning yourself. You're making an identity of yourself. So next time anyone asks you, why Toastmasters? Or what is in it for me? You have answers because you are a Toastmaster and you know how to answer, how to guide. That's it. So we can take some questions, Shilpi. Is that
sure. Thank you, DTM Naina. If anyone of you have any questions, you can direct to her. We have 5 minutes of time for asking questions. I see a lot of guests here. So if you have any questions related to Toastmasters, fees, or why to join, how to build up leadership skills, anything, you can ask her directly. She is a very like veteran Toastmaster, as she said, and she has built up a lot of confidence. You must be mesmerized by her personal stories. She said that even though she is a high school class teacher, still she was nervous when she was standing in front of the students. But after joining Toastmasters, it was a transformation for her. So if you have any of the guests here who are not Toastmasters, you can ask any questions. You can raise your hand and start asking. I saw Megha just joining in. Like Megha, if you have any questions, you can direct to her DTM Nana.
Yeah, hi Naina, hi everyone. As of now, I'm good. Actually, I'm attending for the first time this Toastmaster meeting. So it's quite new for me. So I'm eagerly waiting to learn from you all and to join the meetings as soon it happens.
Sure, Megha. This is a wonderful platform. It's a continuous learning. You'll be learning so many things which you never thought of as there is this pathways which is fitting each and everybody's like interest. Either you want communication skills or a visionary leader or an empathetic leader. You can learn. And the best thing is, unlike the schools and college, there is limited time. You have to, that 1 year, you have huge books to study and complete. It's not like here. In your own time, in your own pace, you can learn. So that is one more best thing in Toastmasters, as well as you can choose your mentor. You can ask your vice president, president, can I have someone to mentor me? Now, there are some projects are quite difficult. So you can choose a mentor from other clubs. It's not necessarily a Toastmaster, somebody else who knows that subject can help you. So welcome, Megha. I hope you'll join. You become a Toastmaster.
Sure, Naina. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sure.
Anyone else has any questions? Because there are a lot of things which are not at toastmasters.org website, which you can just get from somebody who is a Toastmaster for a longer period. So if you have any questions, you can ask here. We have DTM Nana to answer it, and also some other Toastmasters here.
The one question the members may, the guests may have, how to join. So attend 1 or 2 meetings as a guest. And you will be introduced to the vice president membership and also all the ExCom team who will guide you how to become a member in a Toastmasters club. And just remember, once you're a Toastmaster for life. So you're welcome to any part of the world. And I was really a bit skeptical when I accepted to be a contest judge in Pakistan. And then I thought, okay, it's only in person. I'm safe at least. And so it was a wonderful experience. They were so cordial. And the language was, you can feel the manners in their way they spoke. So it's a beautiful atmosphere. The picture we have of one nation is completely changed. All of us there, we are no more Indian, Chinese, or American. We were just Toastmasters. It's a huge fraternity. Then imagine the network you can have. So that's it. If no more questions, should we please take over?
Thank you. Thank you,
Hello.
Yes,
Naina, I have one question actually.
Yes,
so you mentioned that you're working on your listener skill. I guess you must say that you are still working probably because that's a learning process. So I would like to hear out what were the top steps or big step that you take and it was instrumental in your working on this listening skill, because listening skill something is that I always struggle, though I try to come with one after other solutions, but I always feel there is something more need to do.
So to improve your listening skill, your Toastmaster, I think, Vivek,
Yes.
ask your VP tag roles. That's
Okay.
the most difficult. Believe me, because tag role person, see, evaluator is listening only to the speaker whom speech he or she is evaluating. But tag role player is listening from the sergeant at arms starts and the president closes. So imagine how much listening goes to it.
Okay.
So I started my listening, sharpening my listening skill, taking up of as much as possible tag roles, and then evaluator. Because when you're evaluating, you have to listen to the content of the speech, the delivery, the message, voice, vocal variety, body language. There are so many things you have to note down. Imagine you have to listen every single word the speaker utters. Initially, it's going to be terribly difficult, I tell you. And if the speech is not so good, your mind starts wavering. But again and again, if you start taking the evaluator or tag role, you'll know how to control your mind and your listening skill will improve. Did I answer your question?
Yes, absolutely. Although I was hoping that you may answer something other out of Toastmaster also. Yes, Toastmaster, yes, I am taking those roles and they are definitely helping. In fact, these days I try to take either grammarian, listener, or general evaluator or evaluator roles, or sometimes R counter, because these are strictly those roles which help you in a very high way with this listening skill. So, and it is helping, no doubt it is helping, because as you say that we have to look a lot of parameters at the same time, and then at the same time we have to summarize also, right? So absolutely. So other than Toastmaster, is there anything that you follow and it helps you?
Other than Toastmasters, why you are listening to inner speakers in Toastmasters? Why? Why do you listen? As a tag role player, as an evaluator, why you are paying attention? It was necessary.
Right.
Okay. So it's the same outside also. Give importance to a person who is talking to you. Okay, most of the time, this is the mistake we do. Small child, why to listen? But so many things we miss out because the child is telling something happened in his or her school. Many parents don't listen, so that the child, when cries to go to school, they are beating and sending. Maybe the child is being bullied. That's what the child was telling, or the teacher is harsh, or he couldn't understand what he is learning. Right? So if you want to improve your listening skill outside, give importance to the person who is talking to you. And automatically you'll start listening. Just think, this person is important. Why are you sitting and listening to me? Just tell me. It's the same. It's the same. Give importance, we'll start listening. That's it.
Yeah, great. Great.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, DTM Naina, and thank you, Vivek, for asking. So now we'll go to the next